are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the new movie, One Night Only. So in this movie, two love-starved strangers crash into each other on the one night of the year when single people are allowed to have premarital sex. And everything. There's like a law that's kind of like the Purge and everything, where people are only allowed to have premarital sex one night a year and everything. But I went into this movie expecting to enjoy it and everything. I knew the director and everything. Will Gluck has done some of my favorite rom-coms over the last 20 years and stuff. So I went in here with high expectations, and I've got to say that I really enjoyed this movie. It was exactly what I wanted it to be, exactly what I expected it to be. It does pretty much do all the paint-by-number stuff that I expected from a Will Gluck romantic comedy movie, but I really enjoyed this one. The premise of premarital sex being legal one night a year is very interesting, and it adds a new flavor for a rom-com and everything. It's like a really interesting setup and everything. And adding that the main characters want more than just intimacy is really well done and everything. Like, that's something you don't really get in movies nowadays as much. You don't get that honesty in raunchy comedies as much anymore and everything. And that's what I really love about this movie and everything, is it has an honesty to it that has been missing from a lot of raunchy comedies and everything. Monica Barbaro is absolutely great in here. She really shines as Allie, who is just a really, really lovable main character and everything. Like, I absolutely love her, and she's great. I think she ranks up there with the females of Will Gluck's other movies, such as Emma Stone's character from Easy A, Mila Kunis' character from Friends with Benefits, or Sydney Sweeney's character from Anyone But You. All of those characters are really lovable, and this one's just a welcome addition to his filmography and everything. She's really great. Caleb Turner as Owen is also really great too, and everything. He's also very lovable as Owen, and I think that he really has great chemistry with Monica Barbaro. The two of them work really, really great together, which is another thing that Will Gluck is really great at, is finding leads that have amazing chemistry and stuff, and they really do. Their chemistry is great. I was really nervous about them being able to pull off the humorous stuff and everything. I always get nervous about that with rom-coms, especially ones that are supposed to be raunchy, that have actors that aren't really necessarily comedians, but they've really pulled it off really, really well in this movie. And the situations they get into are just hilarious and a lot of fun. Like you kind of know where certain things are going to go with this movie, but like the situations they get into leading up to where the movie ends and stuff is a lot of fun too and everything. And it keeps you on the edge of your seat, wanting to know what's going to happen and everything, and trying to figure out how it's going to go down and everything. And there were a lot of things that I called throughout the movie, little things that I picked up on that I knew where it was going to go by the end of the movie, and it ended exactly how I expected it to. But I don't really mean that in a negative way. It was satisfying. Like, they did it they didn't try to subvert expectations or do anything crazy. It does follow the rom-com template and stuff that older rom-coms did that made them so successful and everything. And I love that about this movie. The soundtrack is awesome in here. Not the absolute best and everything, but it is really great. And there's a lot of great uses of classic songs that I really love, especially Air Supply's I'm All Out of Love. I absolutely love that song and everything. I've been listening to it on repeat a lot lately for some reason. That's one of those songs that just gets stuck in my head, and I have to listen to it on repeat till I would get tired of it. And I literally listened to it yesterday morning like 4 or 5 times at work and everything, and then they added into this movie. It just makes me love it even more and everything. Like, because now I'll think of this movie every time I hear that song and everything. But the soundtrack is great in here, and there's also like these comedic parody songs that Allie sings and everything, because she plays a singer that does jingles for commercials or parody songs for commercials and stuff like you see on TV, or used to see on TV all the time and everything. I don't know anymore. I don't really watch regular TV anymore, but I like that too. And I also just like that the characters feel like everyday people and stuff too. Like even though she's a singer and stuff, she's not famous or anything like that. She's struggling, and he's like he runs a cafe and stuff. Like I love like how real the characters feel and everything. Like they feel like real people. I love the message of the movie too, and about how it's not just about sex. I mean, yeah, they are wanting to have sex throughout most of the movie because it's the only night that they get a chance to, but it isn't all about that. The two main characters really would rather be with someone that they can fall in love with and have a connection with, and that's what this movie is mainly about, is just trying to find human connection and stuff, and it plays it so well and everything. I really like how relatable the characters are and stuff too, because like everybody just wants to be loved and everything, and that they do a really great job at representing that in this movie and everything. And I like that they don't go too political with the stuff involving the one night only rule, and everything, that they could have really heavily gone into that or whatever, which is something that the Purge movies did with their sequels and stuff. I don't think this is going to become a franchise, but I really hope that they don't go too much into political stuff if they ever did continue it and stuff, because I felt like they balanced it just enough. They gave us the information we needed and stuff without being too in your face on things and everything, and I like that too, and everything. I think that they did a great job on that, and I also feel like something like this could happen, like where they do ban premarital sex and stuff. Like I feel like that's something that could happen in real life, although I think we were quite a ways away from that and everything. And in some ways I think that it would be a good idea. In some ways, like people should be able to have the free will to do stuff when they want to and everything, but it's one of those things that while I don't necessarily fully agree with what they're going with on that, I do see things, and they do make you like kind of look at things in different points of view throughout the movie too. It's not just the characters that are mad that they can only have sex one night and stuff, but you also got the ones that defend it and stuff, and why they think it should be like that and everything, and a lot of things make sense on both sides, and that's just a really well done way to write the story and everything, and everything. But I like that the political stuff is in there enough to help the story, but it doesn't take over the story and everything. In the movie is mostly just about these characters trying to find someone to have sex with and stuff, because they're not having any luck with love and everything, and they keep crossing paths and stuff, and you know how it's going to end by the end of the movie, but it works really well. The jokes are great in here too, especially the ones that come from there was a kid that Allie's roommate babysits in this movie. He's like probably 13 or 14 years old, and he is just absolutely hilarious. He's constantly hitting on Allie, making all kinds of inappropriate jokes and stuff that is definitely realistic for what a teenager would say and everything. Especially nowadays, teenagers have no filters and stuff, so it was realistic, but it was also, he was just absolutely hilarious. I was like, this kid is going places and everything. He had me dying laughing. And there's some really cool surprise appearances in here. I'm not going to go too much into the cameos that are in here, but Will Gluck always has cool cameos in his movies and everything. Sometimes they're actually physical cameos, and sometimes they're just like pictures of people and stuff and everything, but I like that and everything, and there's some really big surprises in here too, like Owen's parents being played by Molly Ringwald and LeVar Burton. They both really surprised me in this movie, especially LeVar Burton, because I know him from Reading Rainbow and stuff, and I know that he isn't fully like he is on that and everything. In real life, he's pretty political and stuff like that, but he is really funny in this movie a lot. Like, I never expected to see the dude from Reading Rainbow in a sex comedy and actually be really, really funny like that. That really threw me off, and it was just really great to see Molly Ringwald. I love her stuff from the 80s and everything. And this movie does feel like it could have came out in the 80s or the 90s, the early 2000s, the 2010s. Like, this feels like a timeless movie, even though it is set in modern day and everything. It has modern day technology and stuff like that, but it really just works really well. Like, I love a good romantic comedy that feels timeless, like Pretty Woman and everything. It was definitely set during the 90s and everything, but it's one of those movies that's timeless and stuff, and this one is right up that alley and everything. No pun intended, I guess, because the main character's name is Ellie, but yeah, and I feel like I also just feel like Will Gluck makes movies that are tailored towards me and everything. I'm a sucker for a good rom-com if it's done right, and he always nails up with the rom-coms. Like, literally the only movie of his that I've seen that I haven't liked that he's directed is the 2014 remake of Annie and everything, and everything he's done since then and before then I've really liked or enjoyed. His very first movie was Fired Up, which came out when I was in high school. Love that movie. Felt that was a very underrated movie when it came out. And then he did Easy A, which I absolutely adore, and Friends with Benefits, which is one of my favorite rom-coms of the 2010s. And then Anyone But You, which came out a couple years ago, and everything. Really great one too. And this one and everything. Like, they're all just really well done and tailor-made towards me and everything. And like I said, I love his style of humor. His taste in music is great too. Like, every single movie he's directed, he's had songs that I just absolutely love. I'm pretty sure me and him have the exact same music taste, but he also has the same type of storytelling that I would want to tell if I were to make rom-coms and stuff. They would probably be more in the vein of movies that he makes, or stuff like Judd Apatow and everything. Like I'd want to bring those type of comedies back and everything. And he is definitely one that I would take inspiration from, or would love to work with even, and everything. Like, he's just a really great director in my opinion. I really liked his movies and stuff and everything. They're just exactly the type of movies that I'm hungry for and everything. They have raunchiness and stuff while also still having a ton of heart, which is really important to me. Like, having honesty and heart in your comedy movies. If you have those two things, you can usually win me over pretty easily. And this movie definitely does that and everything. Like, it has a lot of raunchiness and stuff, but it also has a ton of heart and stuff, and really relatable, lovable characters and stuff. As far as negatives go, I don't have any at all with this movie. This movie was exactly what I wanted and needed it to be. I didn't expect anything super groundbreaking or anything. This isn't going to be a big Oscar winner or anything like that, but it is exactly the type of movie that I wanted it to be. It's among the best rom-coms in recent years and stuff and everything. I definitely really enjoyed this one quite a bit and everything. It's going to wind up pretty high on my ranking of my favorite movies of the year and stuff too and everything. And also, I'm going through such a rough period in my life right now and stuff. I feel like this is a movie that I really needed too. Like, I needed something that was just fun, lighthearted, and a good way to escape for a couple hours, and this movie gave me exactly what I wanted it to and everything. It does play into cliches and stuff and everything, which is something Will Gluck is really good at too. He plays into the cliches of the rom-coms, but he does it in a way that makes it work and everything. Like, they don't break ground or anything like that, but they make it work, and it always puts a smile on my face and everything. I might be in the minority on this with his movies and stuff. I don't see people loving a lot of his movies except for Easy A and everything. But I do know a lot of people did like Anyone But You and everything, which launched Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney into stardom and everything. Like they were both amazing in that movie, and I hope that this movie does the same thing for Monica Barbaro especially, but also Caitlin Turner. I hope they both go on to make even more great stuff, and I hope they do more rom-coms and stuff, and maybe even work together again with Will Gluck or something. It would be cool if he did like some kind of movie where he brought like the actors from his different rom-coms together and everything, and had them like interacting with each other, but not necessarily playing the same characters. I don't want him to make a shared universe necessarily, but just like an original rom-com with all of them or something. Kind of something in the vein of like Couples Retreat, which I haven't seen. It's actually a comedy movie that I've been really wanting to see from back when I was a teenager that I never got around to, but something in the vein of that. I've always liked the idea of that movie as well, everything, but I just haven't seen it yet. I actually need to change that. But all in all, One Night Only isn't really like anything super groundbreaking, but it's heart, lovable characters, life lessons, and the honesty that is absent in most comedy movies nowadays, and everything makes it one of my favorite movies of the year. I just absolutely adore this movie, and it's exactly what I wanted and expected it to be, and it was exactly what I knew it was going to be. As soon as I saw the poster for this movie at the theater that I worked at, I was like, okay, this movie is going to be great. It's going to be right up my alley. Once again, no pun intended. And it was exactly that. It was exactly the type of movie that I wanted it to be, and I'm completely satisfied with it and everything. So I'd say I'd give One Night Only a 9.5 out of 10 and everything, and I highly recommend it and stuff. Like it is a really, really great movie. I really want more movies like this and stuff, so I encourage you guys to go see it, especially if you're a hopeless romantic like me that just loves corny rom-com movies. This has a lot of corny, cringy moments, but they also put a big smile on your face if you're like me and stuff and everything. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you really enjoy rom-coms and stuff, I think you would enjoy this movie quite a bit. It feels like something that if it came out in the 90s, it would have had Julia Roberts or Sandra Bullock, or maybe in the 2000s it would have maybe had Jennifer Lopez or something like. It feels like a classic rom-com and everything, and it's just a really, really great time. And I really hope that Will Gluck doesn't take as long to make his next movie. I know it's only been 3 years since Anyone But You, but like he's taken quite a while on making his movies and stuff. But I also like letting him cook, because he always delivers and everything. Yeah, it might be cliched and stuff, but it always works out, and he's just one of those directors that every time I see his name attached to a movie, I get excited and everything. He's just one that I feel like I can trust and everything, and I think he's one of the best working comedy directors around nowadays. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I hope you enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody. I just want to say thank you for watching this video and everything. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends and get more people going, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it, and thank you all, and have a good day.